Beautiful ball fake and the pass.
And it's saved. 3 seconds left. Here's Van Exel. This is for the win. He got it.
Van Exel looks down on left to right hand. He comes smiling back. He's got a bag of tricks, doesn't he?
Welcome back to Nick Van Exel's Greatest Games, where we go back in time and relive Nick's finest games of his career. In today's episode, we travel back in time to May the 4th, 2003 and Game 7 of the Western Conference first round playoffs. The Dallas Mavericks would face the Portland Trailblazers in Dallas American Airlines Arena. Nick Van Exel would score 26 points to help the Mavs eliminate Portland and advance to the second round. Sit back and enjoy as we take you back in time here on Van Exel TV.
All right, Mike, a sold-out American Airlines Center where they're hoping the home crowd can help, as it's helped 35 times in 44 games this year. That's how many times the Mavericks have won at home. They need one desperately at home right now. Game 7, Western Conference, round 1. As Mike has documented in the pregame, no teams ever come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Again. Meanwhile, in today's Dallas Morning News, one of the headlines emphasizes that a loss today may equate with some of the worst sports collapses in history, equating it to Greg Norman's 1996 Masters disaster and even Bill Buckner's fumble in that infamous World Series game in 1986. But the Mavericks are counting on this home crowd to help them avert that disaster. Let's go back to Brad.
They're trying to avoid the Heimlich maneuver without a doubt. Dallas and Portland in the locker room for the Mavericks. It's not about X's and O's. It's about a gut check, about heart, and about will. Will they win Game 7? We'll find out when we come back. House at American Airlines Center as we get set for Portland and Dallas, and we take a look at the Bud Light starting lineups. Here's how they look. For the Portland Trailblazers, Stoudemire, Wells, Wallace, Randolph, and Sabonis. For the Dallas Mavericks, Nash, Finley, Nowitzki, LaFrance, and Bradley. So the change in there, as D.A. talked about, Sabonis in for Dale Davis. He was maybe the most valuable player, quite frankly, in Friday night's game. There's the lineup. Stoudemire, Wells, Wallace, Randolph, Sabonis, Nash and Finley, the backcourt. Nowitzki, who had the terrible outing on Friday. And as he told Michelle, he'll never play that badly again. Don Nelson better hope so. Nelly's been there as both a player and a coach in Game 7s. And he's matched up against Maurice Cheeks before, but it was when Mo was a player. He's never been there as a coach, but he's been there as a player, and it's not without some history that you can win on the road in a Game 7. The Lakers did it last year.
It's never happened in the first round. This is the first year that they've ever had best of 7 in the first round. Don Nelson involved in one of the great moments, the third time it was ever done in 1969. The closing moments, Celtics at the Lakers, the old forum, the balloons in the rafters. Nelson's jumper hits the back of the iron, goes straight up and comes down through, and Russell runs off in his last game. The balloon's still there in the rafters of the fabulous forum.
He's hoping some balloons are going to drop here in about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
I think early on with Sabonis starting instead of Dale Davis, you got to involve Sabonis on the defensive end, whether it's Rape LaFrance, pick and rolls. I mean, Sabonis has about as much lateral movement as a funny car. He cannot go side to side. Make him get out and defend.
Show some respect for this legend, this future Hall of Famer. Sabonis should be coming off the bench. They should bring Ruben Patterson as the starter here. Play a speed game.
Sabonis inside. Haven't seen that in a while. Nahara, Van Exel, and Nowitzki come together. Van Exel got it.
Two misses, 2 fast break opportunities. Oh, and the Thunder Sticks are alive.
Stoudemire an open 3. Patterson keeps it alive. Rubin goes right back up and had it blocked. Portland has a foul to give here in the waning 10 seconds of the first quarter. Exel all the way, and he got it off the glass.
Blazers were late to communicate that information. The guys were already playing defense before they even had a chance to utilize that foul to give.
Portland with a lead on the road. Can they pull off the miraculous comeback from being down 3-0? They're off to a pretty good start. While Dallas got the last basket of the quarter, Portland handled the quarter. They lead 22-19 at the end of one. You're watching the NBA on ABC Sports Championship Television.
Portland is leading by 5. Bonzi Wells and Rasheed Wallace have yet to score.
Steve Nash double team. Nowitzki to Van Exel for 3. Nick drops in a triple.
Van Exel, along with Nowitzki, are the only 2 guys on this team that can really play one-on-one basketball and control a game in the half-court set, which the Blazers are making Dallas play.
Patterson cross-courts it to Stoudemire, who's open, and Damon Stoudemire quiets the crowd after we had our 7th tie. He knocks down his second 3 of the day.
Fire it up, Nick.
I am shocked that he didn't jack that 3 out.
Portland 27, Dallas 26. We're under 10 minutes in the half.
That's a good pass.
Scottie Pippen, first basket for him.
But the nice slide to the side by McGinnis. Take the ball to the wing when there's only 1 defender back.
Van Exel through traffic and fouled by Sabonis.
That's an offensive player right there. Offensive player, how do you get the foul? You jump into him. But the Blazers, once again, getting out of the break. McGinnis, nice job getting a nice catch by Scottie Pippen. This is a guy right here who you don't look at the box score to find out his value to his team. It's deflections, it's finding guys that are open, it's running the break and setting the defense, and that's how you judge Scottie Pippen's value.
Van Exel having a good first half. Join us next Sunday. We'll head to L.A. Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinal series. Lakers and the Spurs. Tim Duncan against Shaq Kobe and the 3-time defending champions. Coverage starts next Sunday, live 3 Eastern on ABC, home of the NBA Finals. Van Exel has 11. He leads Daniels and McGinnis, the backcourt for Portland now. 5 on the shot clock. Daniels got by Nowitzki, but he missed the shot. Here's the outlet to Van Exel. Van Exel off the glass. 13 for Nick Van Exel.
What a great outlet pass. And that ball stayed in his hands a nanosecond before he got it out to Nick Van Exel. Good job by Dirk.
And instead, Portland leads.
I would double team Nick Van Exel right here.
The ball may not leave his hands.
Only for the shot. Only for the shot doesn't leave his hands. And he's going to go to the free throw line.
I mean, what? If you're Portland defending here, you want Edward Nahara to take any shot in the world other than what Nick Van Exel is going to get up here.
You can see that coming across the big horse's head in half court. This is my shot. Move away, fellas.
Leading scorer for Dallas with 13. Now 14. To tie it again at 45, at least momentarily. Nowitzki will sit the final second.
So they bring Sabonis in?
I'm probably going to try to throw a deep pass to him, I would imagine.
Watch him catch and lay one off.
Either that or a hook shot.
Scotty's saying get underneath the basket.
And Exel's second free throw, no good. Stoudemire knows there's not enough time there. And for the 9th time tonight, we are tied. Dallas' biggest lead was 9 points. Portland on a 12-3 run to close the half down, and we're dead even in Game 7 here. Who's going to advance to the next round of the playoffs? Dallas hoping they can do it at home, or can Portland pull the miracle and win 4 straight, as nobody has done ever in NBA history? We haven't gained much knowledge in that quest right now. We've played a half, and it's 45-45. Verizon Wireless halftime report with Mike Tirico is coming up next. Portland Trailblazers on the road. Dallas with big question marks in their eyes coming in. Could they avoid The disaster of losing 4 straight. Through a half, we're even.
Force the action, get everybody going, and then right here, it's Nowitzki, whoop, sweet outlet pass to Nick Van Exel. Heck with the pass. Go ahead, jack one up again, get everybody going. That's when they're at their best.
24 minutes to history for the Portland Trailblazers. They got to capitalize on the balance and the depth. Sabonis, Zach Randolph, and Stoudemire were terrific, but whipped.
Dirk Nowitzki, a big quarter, but his team still trailing. This ABC Sports presentation of the NBA on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Like storyline in this one. Sabonis has had a huge game again. Wells and Wallace, though they came to life a bit in the third quarter, have not been what Portland has needed. Dirk Nowitzki had a huge third quarter to help Dallas at one point take a 6-point lead, but now they have lost that lead again. And we enter the fourth quarter, 12 minutes maybe away from history for Portland.
Will Bonzi Wells and Rasheed Wallace come through. It has been an absolute nightmare for most of this game. They still have the lead, but with Steve Nash making those big jumpers and getting this crowd into it, can the Mavericks capitalize on that offensive spurt provided by their emotional leader, Steve Nash?
Van Exel with 14 drives and makes it 16. We're tied for the 11th time.
Well, for Dallas, it's going to be getting in the open court here in the fourth quarter, getting easier shots than they've been getting. And you see Wells and Wallace right there, what they've been able to do in the second half as opposed to that abysmal first half. And can the Portland Trailblazers get the ball down inside, use their muscle, use their strength, and overwhelm the Mavericks? Who can impose their will in the fourth quarter?
Bonzi Wells with Van Exel on him. Out to Stoudemire. He's been a big three-point shooter today, and he got another one. 17 for Stoudemire, 5 3-pointers.
Dallas's defensive strategy, they had Wells up against the shot clock. Why come with a late double team when he had no momentum going anywhere?
Nash out to Nowitzki. They move it around the perimeter, and now Van.
I would think about making him pass the ball.
You think? You think? That's the one thing about Dallas. I mean, they got 4 guys, and they can be quiet or they can go off. Finley was going off in the third. Now it's Van Exel. If 1 or 2 of these guys gets hot this quarter and then get you 30 points as a team, you're in trouble. It's the middle of the season when he wasn't even playing with Scottie Pippen was healthy. Now leading the charge in the fourth.
Nice dish to Randolph. Zach missed the first time and the second time. Van Exel out of the pack. Pull up 3. Got it! Van Exel's got 21. All of Dallas's points this quarter belong to him, and he's tied it again. Out of bounds to Dallas.
And just, you want to talk about going to the YMCA, just dribbling down and yak. Go ahead and take that. Thank you very much.
Mark Cuban put out a tremendous amount of cash for the luxury of having Nick Van Exel, paying off today.
And now Steve Nash misses over Stoudemire.
Portland's got to be careful right here and say, you know, let's slow it down, let's downshift just a little bit and not get caught up in this.
But Portland is wasting the first 10 to 12 seconds of the shot clock, and now they find themselves always up against it. You can't win that way.
Wells trying to go through a double team, stripped by Van Exel, ahead to Nash. With a left hand, Nash. The turnover, transition, Van Exel to Nash, and from 3 down, Dallas goes to up by 2. 8:38 remaining. Dallas at home, in front.
But the Mavericks have let the ponies loose here in the fourth quarter. 5 fast break points already, 29 total. Oh.
if he's going to play like that, Portland has no chance. And that's why you got to run a double team at him and make him give it up before he gets into that rhythm or he starts jerking all over the court.
Van Exel with 23 points, 9 of them this quarter.
Force him to take that one, but Van Exel's going off. Nash has got the feeling now. They get feeling the ball. They may have the feeling as well.
But they're just playing three-man basketball over here.
Nowitzki over Sabonis. And Sabonis goes down hard. That's 5 on Sabonis.
He sat so long. He stiffened up. Rigor mortis taking over. The back cut, they continue to break down defensively, the Blazers. Sabonis just too late.
And now here in Game 7, Dallas searching for a home win, trying not to fold after a 3-0 lead in this best-of-7. Portland trying to do what no one's ever done in the NBA, come from down 3 games to go to the next round. Van Exel has led the way with 23 off the Dallas bench.
Here they go.
Van Exel back to Finley, back to Van Exel. Neither took the 3.
He's shooting it here. They're not paying him $10 million a year to pass this ball.
Here it goes. There it goes. 12 in the quarter, 26 for the game for Nick Van Exel. Dallas by 3. We got a timeout with 2:28 remaining. Nick Van Exel, 26 points. That three-pointer gave Dallas the 3-point lead. But Stoudemire's kick out. Scottie Pippen, the wily veteran, buries the 3. We were tied at that point. But then Nowitzki over Wallace has Dallas in front, 95-93.
Self.
Nash out to Nowitzki. He's open. He got it! From his worst game ever to one of his best, maybe. Nowitzki with 31.
Separates them from Sacramento. Sacramento's better defensively, and Sacramento passes the ball better in the half court. But woo! Is it going to be fun to watch?
Congratulations to Don Nelson.
Yes, what a...
Van Exel, 26 points, goes out to a standing ovation. He, Nowitzki, and Nash will all finish with 20 or more. Nowitzki's already out with 31. Steve Nash is on 20 with a chance to add one more.
But they were ready to crucify Don Nelson. Talking about his job being on the line. How are you going to get a better coach than Don Nelson?
Portland knows that it's over. They battled back valiantly from a 3-0 hole. But Dallas moves on. The Mavericks on their home floor take Game 7. And still no teams ever come back now from 3-0 to take a best-of-7. The Mavericks win their 36th home game of the year. And they do so 107-95. Let's check in with Michelle.
With Dirk Nowitzki, who's hugging Mo Cheeks. Dirk, you guys had a choice today. Let Portland make history or respond to this situation and win. Where did you find the energy and confidence to respond?
Well, our backs were against the wall. We didn't want to go to vacation yet, so I think our energy was great. We rebounded the ball well, and if we rebound the ball well, put ourselves in a great position to win the game.
And you said you were embarrassed after Game 6. You promised never to have a game like that. Your second half was tremendous. Where did you find your shot?
Well, you know what? I think there's always be games where the shot is not going, but I didn't get any rebounds in 26 minutes in Game 6, and I wanted to make sure that that doesn't happen again, and I came out and tried to get every rebound I can, and it worked out well.
Congratulations, Dirk. Back to you, Brad.
Dallas now 6-3 in first-round series in their 23 seasons. Portland 21 straight years in the playoffs, but they go home now. Dirk Nowitzki, the star today. Dallas goes on to round 2 in the Western Conference playoffs. Again, our score. Dallas 107, Portland 95. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com, keyword ABC Sports. Now stay tuned for ABC's World News tonight, Sunday, or your local news over most of these stations, except on the West Coast, where you'll see motocross. For David Aldridge, Michelle Tafoya, Tom Tolbert, and Bill Walton, I'm Brad Nessler. For our ABC crew, so long from Dallas, Texas.
Lose 3 in a row, backs against the wall, and just it's an embarrassing feeling, and couldn't wait to get to the gym today to get all that over with and get back out on the court. And luckily, we got the win today.